So what's up, friends and family at home? This is the Key West to Seattle road trip. I'm currently in Austin, Texas, staying at a campground. It's called McKinley Falls, right outside of Austin, Texas. So far on this journey, I have covered 3,587 miles. That includes a journey from Atlanta to Savannah, from Savannah to Daytona, from Daytona to Miami, Miami to Key West, from Key West back to Fort Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale to Tallahassee. Then from Tallahassee I went on to New Orleans, spent 2 days in New Orleans, and from New Orleans I went to Alexandria, which is another 4-hour drive, and just yesterday I left from Alexandria to Austin, Texas. I arrived here about 8 o'clock. It was an 8-hour ride, give or take. It's been pretty good. I've been really lucky with the weather. It's really hot. That's my one drawback. The bike is doing fairly well. It's not really meant for highway travel, but I've been trying to stay off of the interstate and keep it on some of the back highways. And actually, Texas is quite beautiful if you stay off the interstate, surprisingly. So tonight we're going to go check out some of the famous blues in Austin, Texas, see the music scene. I'll see if I can get some video of some of the city and maybe some of the surroundings around here. Although this is called a falls, it's so hot and dry there really aren't any waterfalls. But I did go for a little swim a little while ago. Mostly just been relaxing on the hammock, trying to get caught up on email. So this is my home at the moment. This is the only home that I can fit on the back of a motorcycle. Everything I own currently, besides an ultralight airplane at my dad's house, is on that motorcycle. Camera, computer. The motorcycle will actually charge my laptop, run my GPS, charge my camera. I would recommend on a journey like this, you get a 2-person tent. It feels a little better to stretch out. I had a 1-person tent when I was in Costa Rica and it was a little too cramped. You're not really giving up much size as far as storage on the bike, but it definitely makes you feel like you got a little bit of space to kind of sprawl out and spread your junk out at night. And I'm not a very organized person, so I just kind of like to throw my stuff in here. It's fairly cool. I would recommend something that has 4 mesh windows on it. This one only has 1 on the front, so it can get kind of hot in there during the day. Other than that, it seems to be working out well. It's easy to set up. I got this tent for probably $20 at Walmart. It's perfect for what I'm doing, and it feels good to be light. I used to own a bunch of stuff, be strapped down by a house and all my furniture, and sometimes it's kind of scary to realize that technically I would consider myself homeless. But I'm not homeless by at least I haven't run out of money yet, so that's a good thing. I'm not begging. But it's fun to get on the bike and travel and go see different places and feel like you can get up and move, and you don't have a lot to keep track of because everything's on the bike, and it keeps life simple, you know. One thing I do miss is a kitchen. If I had my way, I would have more kitchen supplies, but on the bike I just don't have the room for it. But it works out, and I also recommend a sleeping pad. Don't just bring a sleeping bag. Sleeping bag's not comfortable enough. The other thing I would recommend is a hammock. I'll show you my hammock here in a minute. But it's a travel hammock. You can pick that up at Walmart for $19. Perfect for traveling. You know, I've tied one end to the motorcycle, one into a tree at a rest stop. Take a little nap. It seems to be working out pretty well. So this is my travel hammock. This is one thing the motorcycle traveler should not be without. Highly recommended. Like I said when I was talking about the tent, you can stop at a rest area, hook one end to the bike, one end to a tree. Makes for very comfortable, relaxing. You can get a good nap in as opposed to trying to sleep on a bench. It's been pretty good. It's a little uncomfortable as far as the strings being really small. I would recommend putting one of these inflatable pads on here, self-inflating Coleman pads. That's what I do when I'm at the rest stop, and works out good. It's good for a nap. Highly recommend having a hammock. It makes the camping experience that much more enjoyable.